Hi students, my classes have been and will be based on the following strategy. I will approach my classes in such a way that students should get equipped themselves with the very basic concept of each and every chapter and the various techniques involved thereon. In my initial videos, sufficient explanation has been given in respect of all the rudimentary lessons of accountancy. I repeat, all the rudimentary lessons of accountancy, such as the entity concept, generalizing techniques, ledger maintenance techniques, etc., etc. Keeping in mind that the students' mastery over these rudimentary lessons are absolutely essential for tackling various accountancy sums to be convincingly worked out by me for you in the days ahead. I suggest students to practice these basic things themselves so that as and when we take up tough and tough sums, rather tough and tougher sums, you will find it yourself very comfortable to follow my classes. Special points of each and every chapter will be explained using a whiteboard. Thereafter, practical questions of each and every chapter of any standard textbook will be worked out. There's no meaning in explaining to you the illustrations of any textbook, which I hope you will be able to manage yourself. I'm sure you will agree with me that it won't be practicable for me to work out the complete practical questions set out in the textbook and post as many videos in this channel. One or two very simple sums of each chapter will be worked out initially, to be followed by a few tough and tougher ones of the chapter. However, you have to support me with the relevant questions being kept ready at your end, either by managing the particular textbook or by noting down my typed version of the same. I will be displaying each and every such typed version of the related question in advance before working out the answer. This will be displayed in such a way that you will find it comfortable to pause the video. I repeat, to pause the video and take it down. While displaying a particular sum already worked out by me, I'm providing you with my entry by entry convincing explanation. I repeat, I reiterate, entry by entry convincing explanation. I'll be simultaneously reading out the relevant part of the question from the textbook available at my end. Well, students, I have got more than 22 years of experience in giving accountancy coaching to the students of almost all the leading schools and colleges in Bangalore. I used to do it only as a passion beyond my office hours. Now that on my retirement, since I would like to continue with this passion, I find that this YouTube channel is a very good platform for reaching out to students and helping them out in clearing their doubts and making them comfortable with the subject accountancy. Finally, please subscribe to my channel so that I get sufficient motivation in continuing with this work. Thank you, my dear students, and all the very best. Hello, students. Let us take up question number 24. As usual, I am stopping this question, rather I'm pausing it for enabling you also to pause it and take it down. In particular, students should have the question beforehand so that the learning will be more effective. Balance part. So we have to arrive at cash balance rupees 13,300, overdraft balance at Hong Kong Bank rupees 1,05,565, and balance at Citibank 10,720. So obviously you understood by this time that this is a question of
two banks involved along with the cash book. That's also very much in your syllabus. Okay. So let me explain to you my worked out answer, entry by entry, convincingly, and it will be as follows. Well, I told you I have always the question with me, hence I am using it for this purpose only. I always pause it so that you will also have the question with you, or you will somehow manage the question in the book. Okay, right. First one, cash in hand 34,000. Of course, this one we know. And Hong Kong bank balance is 75,200. Citibank is 1,20,000. They are not told anywhere it is a credit balance or overdraft categorically. Hence, by default, it is a positive balance. Next one, cash withdrawn from Citibank. Nothing but a contra entry. So, what will be the entry? Normal case, cash to bank. So, instead of bank, we are showing here Citibank because we are making it very categorized that since there are two banks, 25,000 and Citibank by cash 25,000. Okay, fine. On May 8th, sold goods to Dwivedi for 80,000 and received from him rupees 20,000 in cash and a check for the balance. Of course, we have to read the full question. If the check is deposited in Hong Kong on 9th and the bank credited the amount on 15th and debited rupees 25 as its collection charges. Well, students, out of my long 41 years experience as an accountant, let it be made very clearly to you. This is an outstation check. Okay, and they deposited on the following day. However, it takes time to have the check realized, and obviously bank will check some extra amount. That is when the realization has taken place on 15th. So bank charges we need to account on 15th only. Well, on the date of receipt, what was the amount, net amount we received? 80,000. Okay, 80,000 from 20,000 in cash and a check for the balance. So to the extent of cash, we have booked cash to sales account 20,000. You have no objection. I would have put the 60,000 also in the appropriate bank account, provided the check had been deposited today itself. No, it has not happened like that. It has been deposited on the next day only. So on May 8th, it will be a general proper entry only. What will be the entry? Check in hand account 60,000 to Dwivedi account 60,000. We have done a number of cases in the past. Okay. And on deposit of May 9th, the entry will be Hong Kong bank to check in hand 60,000. Agree or not? So obviously check in hand got nullified and the net effect will be Hong Kong bank to Dwivedi. Right. And of course, I am explaining now itself the bank charges. It has taken place on 15th. The by bank charges in the respective bank account 25. Right. So next one, on May 12th, purchase goods for rupees 40,000 at 20% trade discount. 25% of the amount is paid in cash and issued a check on the Citibank for the balance amount. Net of trade discount only the story starts. So purchase net of trade discount is 32,000. How it is 32,000? 8,000 is the 20% of 40,000. 40,000 minus 8,000 is 32,000. And out of that, cash to the extent of 25%. That is nothing but 8,000. And obviously, by check, 24,000. And through which bank we should be always careful. Since there are two banks, they have categories. Clearly told us it is Citibank, right? That is balance amount 24,000. Now we have to account it, right? So on May 12th, by purchase account 8,000 in the cash column and in the Citibank column 24,000. That's how. Then comes on May 20th, paid wages 36,000 and salary 4,000. You are an expert. In the same date, wages 26,000, salary 4,000. Respectively, we are showing it. Okay. There's nothing much for me to explain about it. May 22. A check for 50,000 is drawn on Citibank and is deposited in Hong Kong Bank. Well, student, when there are such two banks, this kind of inter-transfer transaction, they will be testing. So what exactly happened from one bank to other bank? One bank I have issued and other bank I deposited. So debit the deposit bank and credit the issue bank. The entry will be, what will be the entry? Hong Kong bank account debtor 50,000 to Citibank 50,000. Do you agree it? Check for 50,000 is drawn on Citibank. So Citibank has been credited and deposited in Hong Kong bank. That's all. And this is also contra entry. I told you by default contra entry only for cash withdrawal and cash deposit. However, these are all exceptional cases. When there are interbank transfer, also it will be a contra entry. But the original principle remains same because both the headings, Hong Kong bank as well as Citibank, they are within the cash book. Hence a contra entry. Is it okay? So this transaction we are reflecting here, Hong Kong bank to Citibank. So what will be the entry? Hong Kong bank account debtor to Citibank 50,000. I have shown in a different color, right? Highlighted it in a different color. Naturally, X to Y is nothing but Y by X, rule of quotient, or A to B is nothing but B by A. So Hong Kong bank to Citibank is nothing but Citibank by Hong Kong bank 50,000. That's all. Since the contra entry we are indicated, C also, right? That's all. Then next, May 23rd. Purchased land for rupees 3,20,000 and a check is issued on Hong Kong bank. It's a simple thing. Buy land account, so in the respective bank account 3,20,000. That's all. May 24th, a check for rupees 10,000 was received from Mohan and was deposited in Citibank on 25th April. Is dishonored and the bank debited rupees 100 as bank charges on this check. Well, they are referring about a transaction that had taken place on 25th April, which we are not going to account now. But today, what happened? The check got dishonored. That needs to be accounted. Well, what must have been the transaction accounted on that date? I received something from somebody. And which bank it was? Citibank. So at that time, it was Citibank to Mohan 10,000. Is it not? Now reverse it. What will be the entry? Mohan to Citibank 10,000. Is it enough? No. Another 100 rupees also is there. Bank charges. That also I will load on him. He owes me now plus 100. So Mohan to Citibank 10,100, or in other words, Citibank by Mohan 10,100. Okay. Next one. Something more about it. The amount dishonored check and bank charges is received from Mohan. I asked Mohan, listen, you gave me check, useless check. It has been dishonored. Settle it. And normally we'll insist on cash because I don't have faith on your check payment. So he has paid the entire money by cash. So what will be the entry? Cash to Mohan 10,100. That's all. Now, May 26, deposited cash rupees 30,000 in Hong Kong bank. What's the entry? That's all. Normal case, what would have been the entry? Bank to cash. Since it's a specific bank, Hong Kong bank to cash 30,000 or cash by Hong Kong bank 30,000. When there are two banks, better to prefix it with the bank name. That's all. Sold old typewriter for 20,000 on May 28th, and also on the same date, rupees 200 sale of newspapers. Of course, when an capital item got sold, I had to book it in the capital item name itself. So normally typewriter, everything is booked under office equipment. So to office equipment, 2,000. And the other 200 is a miscellaneous income only, sale of old newspaper. Old newspaper is not a capital item or an asset. So to miscellaneous income, 200. Fine. Interest charged by Hong Kong bank, rupees 400. By interest account, 400 on 30th, nothing more. Only thing, show it in the appropriate bank. Right. Bank charges, they shown 180 in Citibank and 340 in Hong Kong bank. That's all. 340 Hong Kong bank and 180 in the Citibank. That's all. There's nothing great. Only thing, don't mix up the banks and be careful about interbank transfer, etc. Nothing more. Okay. There is one more sum is there in this book, but they have given the answer also in the book itself. Hence, I have not worked it out. Well, now how to close the matter? Balance the account. Cash closing the total the heavy debit side. That is 91,300. Put the same difference is 13,300. I have indicated against balance carried on 13,300. Well, as far as Hong Kong Bank is concerned, on a careful examination, I find that credit side is more. Yes, total the heavier side. Put it across. Find the difference. Fill against balance carried on. Yes. What kind of balance it is? Debit side I have shown to balance carried on means decide on the basis of opposite side. That means it's a credit balance or an overdraft. However, in respect to Citibank, I find it has got a favorable balance. Debit side is more. Put it across. Difference is 10,720. This balance everything you can check. I'm not wasting. I have satisfied it myself, right? And next day bring it down. Diagonally opposite. You balance brought down 13,300 and 10,720. Of course, I have not shown here as far as the Hong Kong balance is concerned. Let me show you that one. June 01, right? By balance brought forward. Brought forward. How much amount? 105,565. Yes, that's all. So that explains this particular question, question number 24. Thank you. Students, let us now take up next question. That is question number 25. As usual, I am posing the question for you. Okay. Fine. We have to arrive at the cash balance as ₹1,000 and necessary adjustment for ensuring that is 4,180 and the bank balance 2,075. Good enough? Right. So let me explain my working out entry by entry with convincing explanation. Balance brought forward on December 1st, cash in hand 2780. And since it is bank overdraft, I will show you the credit side in the bank column 3125. This is not a, I mean, two bank accounts, only single bank it is there. Okay, plain sum, right? Of course, there may be some special item. Check worth ₹400 issued to the petty cash by petty cash bank 400. ₹350 was paid to Hari and Sons for the supply of stationery on this day. Someone's name is mentioned, just don't write his name. I have made an expenditure. Okay, right. So that nominal account, what matters? What is nominal account here? Stationery account. So by stationery account 350, right? Received a check worth ₹600 from Pramod against sale of goods. So I have told you in the past, whenever a check is received, we just don't account on the same date. Having read the sum completely, we will see that, or we may see that it must have been deposited on a following day. Yes, it has been deposited on 11th only. So today, keep it under check in hand through general purpose. Check in hand account ₹600 to promote 600. Well, on 10th, received 1,200 for sale of goods. Explain, cash to sales 1,200. And on 11th, well, the check which was received from Pramod on 7th December was endorsed in favor of Morgan together with ₹1,400 in cash. Yes. So what will be the entry for this one? Debit the receiver, that is Morgan, and cancel out the check in hand account. Check in hand was debited and credited and cancelled it, ₹600. Okay. So obviously a check received and not found to be endorsed in favor of somebody has got no place whatsoever in a cash book. Several times I mentioned in my previous episodes, right? So as far as the 600 is concerned, it got nullified now, right? But however, there is an annexure to this question. 1,400 also I pay to this gentleman Morgan. Okay, fine. So for that, the entry will be by Morgan 1,400 a payment, right? Morgan to cash or cash bill. Morgan, or simple way, thumb rule, any payment in the credit side of cash book. That's all. Received 950 from Sheila, to Sheila 950, right. Murli paid rupees 2000 in cash and rupees 3000 in check after receiving a discount of rupees 200 for goods sold to him in December. Check was immediately deposited into bank. Okay, today I can safely show it in the bank column. However, the appropriate amount. Murli paid rupees 2000 in cash and 3000 in check after receiving a discount of 200. The check amount is categorically told as 3000. So that is the physical check that I am showing here in the bank column. So to Murali, as far as the cash is concerned, in the cash column 2000 and the check is concerned 3000. That is the physical amount of the check that has been shown, right? You should not take it as 3200. Okay. Sixth, bought goods worth rupees 1700 from Rustam and paid by check after receiving a discount of 170. So here you should be careful. Goods worth rupees 1700 I purchased, but the physical outflow is net of 170 only because they are categorically told us and paid by check after receiving a discount of 170. So 1700 minus 170, it will be nothing but 1530. It's a cash purchase. So hence by purchase in the bank column 1530, right? On 30th, interest on overdraft 50 was charged by the bank. You know that an overdraft interest is an expenditure. So by interest account in the bank column 50. Now next, cash in excess of rupees 1000 was deposited into bank. We have done a number of cases. Predetermined balance is 1000. Okay, let us first see. Cash debit side total was 6930. Less credit side total, these two amount 1750. The difference is the cash available. However, I need only 1000 to be kept. So dump into the bank the difference of 4180. That's a contra entry. Bank to cash account 4180 or cash by bank 4180. Now what to do? Balance the account. Closing the eyes. Debit side first, cash 6930. Put it this side 6930. Say, well, I have very often used the term closing the eyes, showing the debit side. But if you are misaccounted, it means sometimes you may find that the cash column is a credit side. That means you have to recheck your workings. Okay. If you do it properly, cash can never have a minus balance. That's why always debit side can be comfortably totaled. 6930, I put it here, and the different 1000 I indicate against balance carried out. Similarly, on careful examination, I find that this is also case of a positive balance only, 7180 bank, put it here, and the difference is 2075. And as usual, the very next day, I have brought forward or brought down 1000 and 2075. Well, that's all in this sum. Hello, students. So let us take up the very last question of this chapter cash book, question number 26. Overall, I have done 6 videos exclusively for cash books, consisting of 26 cash book sums. Out of that, 5 plain single column cash book, balance being double column cash book. Of course, in that one, a kind of triple column cash book because there is more than 2 banks also involved. So overall 26 cash book sums have done in 6 videos. Kindly practice each and every sum nicely. It will help you a lot. And especially for the very next chapter to be taken up. That is bank reconciliation statement. Okay. So now let us deal with the question number 26. Okay. Please take it down. I have posted it as usual. This is meant for those of you who could not manage a textbook. The remaining part. Well, we have to arrive the cash balance rupees 10,340 and the bank balance rupees 10,550. Okay. So let me explain to you my worked out answer entry by entry. Balance of cash in hand 15,000 and bank overdraft 6,000. To balance brought down 15,000, bank overdraft by balance brought down 6,000 in the bank column. I'm going to, and especially this being the last sum, I am going to explain to you only wherever some special points are there. Otherwise, you must have mastered everything nicely by this time. Issued a check of rupees 4,800 to Mr. Black and earned a discount of 200. What? By Black, 4,800. Keep it in mind. Issued a check means that is the amount written in the face of the check. That's what being accounted here. And discount everything is over and above it only. Okay. So check has been for an amount of 4,800 that has been properly accounted. Next. Direct deposit by Mr. Kapil in our bank account 3,800, discount allowed 200. That is also similarly. Direct deposit, the deposit amount itself is 3,800. We are concerned about that only. So bank to Kapil 3,800. Discount is over and above this one only. Okay. But how will you, in the absence of a discount column in a cash book, they ask how will you manage discount means, of course, through a general proper, we will be managing it. Okay. Given as charity rupees 100. So by charity 100. Okay, because any expense in the credit side, any income, any receipt in the debit side. Or if you want to go back to very fundamental knowledge, charity account debtor to cash or cash by charity. Okay. Issued a check of rupees 500 to the petty cashier. Any amount issued to the petty cashier, it will be operated through an account called petty cash account. So by petty cash 500. Why in the bank column? Issued a check. That's why. Goods worth rupees 10,000 were sold to Ganesh on 10th January. Its payment was received today by check after deductive 5% cash discount. Okay. 10th January, it was a credit deal. Of course, it does not get qualified in the cash book. But today we have received a check. What has been the net amount of the check? 5% of 10,000 is 500. So 9,500. Should I show Mr. Ganesh's name here? No. Why? Because as I told you, we should come see the following sentences or in fact, the complete question we should read. Yes. Next day only the check has been deposited. Obviously, today I'll keep it under journal proper. Check in hand 9,500. Discount allowed 500 to Ganesh 10,000. 500 is the 5% of 10,000 and check in hand has been operated because I have not deposited the check into the bank. Okay. And then they say deposited the check above check into the bank. Naturally, next day we will say bank to check in hand. This has been done several times. The check in hand got nullified. Fine. 17th. Goods purchased from Raghu for 8,000. Payment is made after deducting 3% cash discount. What has been the outflow of fund? 7,760. Why? Because 240 rupees has been the discount. So the entry will be Raghu's name. We should just ignore because we have settled across the table. It's a cash purchase. So what will be the entry? Purchase to cash. Cash purchase does not mean through payment of cash necessarily, that you know. Even payment of check also cash purchase. The implication is that it has been settled then and then. Okay, across the table, we paid him off, right? So cash by purchase, 7,760. Net of discount only, the physical outflow of cash has taken place. That is 7,760 that we have successfully accounted here, right? Next, bought postage stamps 200. By postage 200 cash. Paid rupees 4,000 by check for furniture purchase. By furniture, bank column 4,000 rupees. Arun, who owed us rupees 6,000, became bankrupt and paid 60 paise per rupee. So to what extent he has given 3,600 rupees? Is it not? To Arun 3,600 because 60 paise per rupee means 60%. And the unpaid part we have to show through the journal account. Bad debts account debtor to Arun 2,400. Sharon account is nearly paid 2,400 plus 3,600. That is 6,000 account has been squared up, right? Thereafter, collected from annual rupees 5,000 in cash and deposited into bank the next day. Cash collected means cash to annual 5,000, matter is over. And next day when you are deposited, it's a contra entry, bank to cash account 5,000. Is it not? So cash by bank 5,000. Yes. Cash purchase of rupees, cash purchase of stationery 200. By stationery 200. X settled his account of 7,000 by check of rupees 6850. So this also we find the check has been deposited on a later date on 28th only. And so for the moment, what I have to do, to the extent of physical check received, I am booking under check in hand 6850 and discount allowed 150 to X account 7,000. How did you get 150 rupees? 7,000 minus 6850 discount allowed. Why I have booked under check in hand? Because it has been categorically told check is not deposited on the same date. So I am keeping it under check in hand. On the day when it will be deposited, 6850 to check in hand 6850. Okay, fine. Then settled wise account 8,000 by check after deducting therefrom 2.5% cash discount. Book by account how much? 2.5% of 8,000. How will you calculate? 5% means 400. 2.5% means 200. So 7,800. So by Y account 7,800. 200 rupees, of course, to general proper only we can account. Cash sales rupees 10,000 received check. This is the parting shot. Cash sales means don't be under the impression physical cash or currency. It can be cash or check. So received check. So what will be the entry? Since it is a check, bank to sales 10,000. Interest charged by bank by interest 1,500. It's a plain sum, nothing much. Okay, let the concluding sum be a plain one so that you feel very comfortable also, right? And how to balance the account? I told you, cash, we can close our eyes and total the heavier side that has to be debit side only. So 23,600, I put it here. I find a balance that I filled against balance carried on. And an examination of the bank account also, I find heavier side is debit side. I totaled it first, put it here, and difference of 10,550 I have indicated against balance carried on. And next day I will bring it balance brought down 10,340 and 10,550. That's also a plain sum. Okay, students, thanks a lot for being with me, for doing so many cash book sums. Take care. See you soon.